You say you're an RCB fan, so you clearly like losing.
Thala for a reason.
Say Thala for a reason.
Why the hostility towards Wasim Jaffer?
Just my first Test match wicket.
I wasn't one to go looking for a fight because once the words left my mouth, I got really nervous that I was going to stuff something up. I generally tried to stay out of it.
I mean, he generally didn't have to say too much because he had 10 teammates who were doing it all for him.
Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli or MS Dhoni? Who you playing, who you benching and who you selling? Michael, I mean, if that kind of money came your way when you were a cricketer, you would have, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on this podcast, that's for sure.
Who has a better Ashes all-time 11? Adam Gilchrist or Michael Vaughan? Put gun to your head again. MS Dhoni or Adam Gilchrist? You do know this is honestly across formats, right?
Yeah, Rube.
Okay, I'm having enough of this. Joe Root or Virat Kohli?
I'm getting rid of Virat.
No, that's a dagger to many hearts.
I'm getting rid of it because he never won the IPL.
Right, what an opportunity I have to interview two of the greatest minds to have played the game. I'm talking about Adam Gilchrist and Michael Vaughan, who have, of course, designed some special intros for us. So first we'll start with Gilly, because ultimately he's one of the greatest ever wicket-keeper batters. Of course, he's been a thorn in India's flesh for the longest time. And not to forget, he's been an IPL hero himself. Fantastic to talk to you, Adam Gilchrist. How are we? I think it's Perth today that we're getting you from.
It is indeed, Avanish. Yeah, good to catch up. Thanks for the invite for us two. Great minds, you're saying. That's an intro I hasn't been thrown my way around cricketing terms, but absolute pleasure to catch up and just chew the fat with you. Just throw a few topics around.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to get into it. But of course, your partner in crime is Michael Vaughan, a man who I bumped into in an airport in the IPL last year. He clearly doesn't remember me, but of course, more on Michael in a bit. But the fact that he's just been such an inspirational leader for England and, of course, for all those people who follow him on Twitter. How are we this afternoon, Michael?
Avanish, it's great to be on your show. I remember Mumbai Airport. I think it was around Starbucks, if I'm correct. Is that right? There you go.
It's just a safe bet. It's a safe bet that you're going to say Starbucks in the Mumbai airport. But nonetheless, great to have you guys on. And remember, we're doing this with the club Prairie Fire. And if you guys don't know about them, where the you guys been? Because honestly, they've been churning out some great podcasts. Ravi Shastri comes to mind, Ravi Ashwin, they got Rohit Sharma, they got Rishabh Pant, but they also do like weekly stuff with their other two partners of crime, who are unfortunately not here right now, Ollie and Prof. Shout out to them, but go follow them, guys. Honestly, some of the stuff that Gilly and Vaughn gives us is just pure gold. So let's start with how Club Prairie Fire started, because I know it's a tequila with, of course, a little bit of Tabasco in it, but I'm pretty sure it's not just a brainchild stemming out of a hangover, Gilly. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, it's not much more than that, actually, Avanish. But yes, it is based around a shared love of and appreciation of tequila, which is something that I myself have had for a long time, and I've tried to share with anyone that I'm in and around, whether it's work colleagues, around the cricketing sense, broadcasting. And that's where I've spent most of my time in recent years with Vaughny for the last, 5, 6, 7 years. So, yeah, we just thought we'd, there's a lot of cricket podcasts out there, and we felt that we probably didn't need to be another one that goes a deep dive into the analysis of the game. We probably felt like there's a bit more to talk about. And occasionally we do talk about cricket, but we certainly try to give it a run of some of the lighter side of it. There's a few people around the world, probably particularly across India, who don't quite get the sense of sarcasm sometimes. Vaughny in particular has been known to be a fraction sarcastic, but hopefully they can see through that and see what point's being made. And there's enough decent cricket chat in there and a bit of fun along the way. So that's the origins of Club Prairie Fire. And you're right, the Prairie Fire, a little nip of tequila with 3 drops of Tabasco sauce in it. Good for the soul.
Great for the soul. Michael, let me just ask you, when was the first time you bumped into Gilly? Forget about the podcast and Club Prairie Fire right now. Because when I cast my mind back as a cricket fan, I remember that tri-series, the 2001, Australia, Pakistan, England. I know Michael played a couple of games. Gilly was probably in the top 5 run getters in that tournament. But was that the first time you guys met on the field, or was it way before that?
No, I actually played against Gilly when I was 16. And he was a part of an Australian under-19 touring team that came to England. What year was that, Gil? 91?
91.
And he wouldn't have known, but I played against him in one of their warm-up games. And then I went to Old Trafford to watch a test match that Ronnie Irani, our good friend,
lost.
playing. John Crawley was playing. And Gilly was there. Damien Martin was the gun. He was the golden child of Australian cricket around that time. So, 1991, Avanish. That's when I first bumped into the ears, as I call him.
Yeah,
I'm slowly growing into those ears.
Yeah,
because
you've a bit of a trim, Gil, haven't you? Just, I like it when you have a trim because they come out even further.
I just want to ask you guys about banter the field, Gilly, because of course 2005 the Ashes come to mind straight away when you guys think about you two.
Yeah.
Did you guys chirp at each other at all in that particular series?
Not a lot. No, I certainly wasn't out there long enough with the bat in hand in that series to receive any sledges. Basically, Freddie Flintoff had nailed my off stump from around the wicket primarily, or I'd nicked it through the gully region. But I remember I had a fairly decent sledge lined up in my mind for Vaughny one day at Old Trafford, actually, at that same venue that he just mentioned. And I was going to let rip with it, but unfortunately, the ball before I was about to deliver it, he nicked it and I dropped it. And I think then next ball he might have got bowled off a no ball. And then by stumps, he was 180 not out. So I didn't get time to fire my sledge in there. But no, I didn't say a huge amount on the field. I didn't shy away if there was a bit of a scrap on, but I didn't go looking for it. I wasn't one to go looking for a fight, because once the words left my mouth, I got really nervous that I was going to stuff something up, whether it was with bat or gloves. So I generally tried to stay out of it.
I mean, he generally didn't have to say too much because he had 10 teammates who were doing it all for him.
Yeah, hard to get a word in.
I mean, were you like that? Were you ever kind of going to pick a fight with anyone in the field because you were more timid and reserved?
No. I mean, I'm sure I might have said one or two things, but no, God, I was quite happy to try and hopefully let the cricket do the talking. We didn't really say a great deal. We didn't have any. Freddie Flintoff came out with a bit of humour every now and again, but no, we didn't really say. It's the old say. You want to try and do your talking with your actions. So I certainly wouldn't have dared to have a pop at an opposing player because I generally wasn't good enough to react and make sure that I was better. So no, I didn't say too much. It's a waste of space. It's a waste of time. I reckon it's one of the most overrated parts of the game when people say sledging. I think the humorous sledges are always the ones that travel that little bit further and go a little bit deeper into the opposing player. So humour's great. Sledging and abuse, not for me.
Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've seen some of that in all the Ashes gone by. And speaking of the Ashes, really want to put you guys in the spot here in terms of your all-time 11s. And I want the guys in the comments as well to let rip in terms of deciding who has a better Ashes all-time 11, Adam Gilchrist or Michael Vaughan. So Adam, I'll start with you. And I'm pretty sure I give you guys a heads up before this. So in batting order, please, you can go skim through it quickly and, of course, vindicate your decisions.
Is this combined 11s or?
Combined.
Oh, right. Well, Avanish, no, actually, it would be the same. It would be the same, actually. Yeah. So I'll go from the top. Hayden, Langer, Bradman, Ponting, Smith. I've got Hussey at 6. He averaged 60 in Ashes cricket, 400s. Brad Haddon, 41 average, 300s versus England. Warren, Lilly, McGrath, no issue there, I don't think, from anyone. And Mitchell Johnson, very, very aggressive Ashes career, very fiery. So I think he's about 87 wickets with 5 fifers. So that's my 11.
Couple of contentious calls there, Michael. I'll get to yours in a bit, but I just want to ask Gilly why he's not included himself, A, and B, what was the other debate that you were having in your mind there with the bowlers?
No, only Mark Waugh would ever include himself in any all-time 11, so I'll leave that for Junior to do. But what was the other question about the bowlers?
Yeah.
No, Warne, Lilly, McGrath. I'm comfortable with those, and Mitchell Johnson, left armour. I think his record in the Ashes away put the fear of life into him down here a couple of times, I reckon. But that's my 11 off. I haven't put a lot of study into it, but it is a combined 11, between England and Australia.
I was just going to get to that because it has no form whatsoever. Michael, what does yours look like? Surely you've gone for a couple of guys from down under.
Yeah, you've caught me unaware here, so I'm going to go Alistair Cook, Graham Gooch. I'm going to nick Don Bradman at number 3. Joe Root number 4. Kevin Peterson 5. Ben Stokes 6. Ian Botham 7. Freddie Flintoff 8. Alan Knott. Graham Swan. And I'm actually going to play Shane Warne at number 11.
Jesus.
So I'm purely all-rounders and fun. That is a fun. If you've got Botham, Stokes, Flintoff, Warne, Swan, tell you what, we're partying hard when we win.
Oh, that's going to be, honestly, something to see. But you've not gone for Ricky Ponting, surely?
No, I'm not pick Rick. No, I'm going with the Don. I'll nick the Don at number 3. I've got to have Joe Root. Joe Root's... in my opinion, he'll be the highest run scorer in Test match cricket in the next 3 years. I think he's going to go past Sachin.
Who's your captain in that, Vaughny?
Very good question, Adam. Very, very good question. I'm going to go Stokesy as my skipper.
Stokesy, right?
Stokesy's going to get
McCullum's coach then.
Yeah, Baz McCullum will be coach, and that is very much. I mean, the top order is quite sensible. But as soon as we get to number 5, right down, it's absolutely perfect for the Bazball way.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going old school at the top, and then from 5 down, when it's just car crash, just go and hit it as far as you can.
That's insane. What about your captain, Gilly?
Ooh, I mean the obvious, the two standouts there are Ponting and Bradman, but I'm going to give the late great Warney. He aspired to be Test captain. He coveted the position. He never got the opportunity. So I reckon Ashes cricket ran in his veins. So he would have known how to motivate those troops for a battle.
And the party.
That's amazing.
And the party, yes. It didn't matter whether they won or lost. That bottom 5 in the opposition, Warney was probably with them all night, every night anyway.
Yeah, it was almost like win or lose on the booze sort of thing from Warney, but God bless him. Let me just quickly finish this Ashes talk ask you about your favorite memories from all the Ashes series you guys have played, what, so on and so forth. I know Michael's had a couple of terrific test runs down under in that 0-2 one. Gilly, we famously remember you smashing the hell out of Panesar in Perth, and I'm pretty sure that stands tall in your memory. But off the field, gentlemen, surely some of the night outs, some of the piss takes, all of that. Can we have some of that? Ashes?
No, I remember actually in 2003, we beat the Aussies in Sydney. We ended up in the Aussie dressing room because they'd won the series 4-1. And there was an old dressing room attendant, Rocky, who used to run the away dressing room, and he'd write motivational messages every morning on the board for us. Fantastic guy. He had that little Gatorade golf cart.
Yeah.
That drive out to give you a drink out in the middle. Now, we came out the Aussie dressing room. I can't remember who your Prime Minister was. It John Howard back then?
Yeah.
He was in the dressing room having a glass or two with us. So we had a bit of fun with him. And we came out of that dressing room still in our whites, late. And we were leaving the SCG and the golf cart was there. So myself, John Crawley, I think Mark Butcher was there. I think Rob Key was there, actually. We drove the golf cart out the gates of the SCG onto the main road. And we pulled up at the traffic lights in the Gatorade golf cart, trying to get back. I can't remember. We were staying near King's Cross. And it's, what is it? 20 minutes, 50. I don't
Oh,
know
good.
how far it is.
Good 15-minute drive in a golf buggy.
We were setting off in the golf cart to get back to King's Cross, and then the coppers pulled us in. So take it back.
Which I never thought. I mean, surely a golf cart not on the streets of Sydney. Gilly, can you top that Ashes memory? Surely the off the field has certainly come out the best in my.
It's no doubt, from an Australian and English perspective, given the history and heritage, it's the one you want on your resume as an Aussie to go on an Ashes tour and vice versa. I would say for English players, my first one was 1997, and I was well and truly reserved to Ian Healy. I was, last man picked, just to go there and do a lot of, help them out at practice and throwdowns and run drinks and so on. First Test match I'd ever been to at Lord's was that tour. I wasn't playing, and I actually had such a big night the night before that I went out the back in big, deep bathtubs out the back in the Lord's change rooms, and I fell asleep in a bathtub. McGrath got 8 for at Lord's, and I didn't see a wicket. It was a festive time around London, isn't it? Around, the sun's out. There's Lord's Test matches. There's Wimbledon. There's Silverstone. There's everything. There's all the Hyde Park concerts. It's a wonderful place to be. So I learned very early that if you're not playing, once that coin goes up and you're not in the playing 11, it's time to unleash and enjoy London.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, speak of London in the summer, I mean, the Pims normally kind of just automatically go to the bottle. But let me just ask you guys quickly then, the state of Test cricket right now, because we were talking about the Ashes and there's, of course, the BGT to look forward to. If you guys had to introduce one rule and suggest it to the ICC in terms of this is how you resuscitate the game of Test cricket that we all love as romantics, what would those rules be? Michael, I'll start with you here. Anything that you'd like to suggest?
It's not just one. I would have Test match cricket windows where that's all that's being played. And I'd ask for 3 months of the year to be dedicated just for Test match cricket. And the rest of the year, the 9 months, you can go and play all your franchise leagues, all your white ball stuff. But for Test cricket to really survive, we need to create a narrative. So I'd have 2 divisions. I'd make it 4 days, 96 overs a day. You've got to bowl your overs. You don't go off for bad light. You just change the ball to a pink ball around that time. It's just the rub of the green. If the ball does a bit more, it does a bit more sometimes in the UK when you swap the red ball, as Australia found out last year. So 4 days, 96 overs, 2 leagues, a narrative around Test match cricket going around for 3 months per year, which is just Test cricket. And I'd also take Test cricket to certain parts of the world altogether. So we'd host Test cricket for a bit. Australia, New Zealand would, the subcontinent would. So I have 3 windows around the year where we play Test match cricket, and for the rest of the year, you can play all your white ball stuff.
Interesting. Gilly, where do you sit on that? Because there's been so much over the years with Test cricket, day and night tests, of course, trying to somehow get India and Australia and England involved in all these series, but it's, again, just going downhill, sadly.
Yeah, I like that. Take the road show, take it on the road. It's almost like a under 12s carnival, isn't it? Where all the teams go to one spot and you play all the games in and around the one city or one town, whatever it may be. But I do like that because to just have a 3-month window set at the same time every year makes it a bit hard. Different seasons, different climatic conditions, but. Yeah, somehow come up with a formula that you take it on the road. You have sort of almost like a cricket World Cup in 50 over or 20 over cricket, but it's a little intense period of Test cricket for a few months. It has clear air. It has everyone talking about Test cricket, and you might play even a round robin against the other 5 teams in your tier, given the 2-tiered system. Even the most diehard broadcasters find it hard to keep up with what cricket is on and where it's on and who's in and who's out. So it's a very, very big challenge to have fans of the game, and let's be honest, India, the fanaticism there, maybe they will keep up with everything that's going on, but there's a lot of cricket playing nations that have people and fans that won't be bothered trying to find out who's playing where and when. So that's going to always make it challenging to keep them interested. So no, I like that little travelling roadshow concept. And I do think, I agree with you, Vaughny, about the ball. We've got, if we can use a pink ball in day-night games at night time when it's dark with the lights on, just slot it in when the bad light turns up.
Yeah, I mean, food for thought that. Both of you are with some good recommendations. If the ICC are watching, if Jesha, sir, if you're watching, please, of course, implement this right now. We'd love a road show. Right, we're strapped for time, but we have plenty of fun and games to, of course, get to these boys with. And if you guys are enjoying this episode of Unwind, please hit subscribe and like this content immediately, because we've done some amazing interviews already with some players, and there's more to come with some sponsors as well. Time for this or that, which is a fun game for you boys. And I want to start with Vaughny here, because he's been chirping, as always, about the best batters going around in world cricket at the moment. So this one, a cross format, sir. And it's a game called This or That. So I'll give you two names and you let me know who the last man standing is, right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Cool. So we'll start relatively easy. Manas Labuschagne or Rohit Sharma?
Rohit Sharma.
Rohit Sharma or Joe Root?
Joe Root.
Joe Root or Babar Azam?
Joe Root.
Joe Root or Stephen Smith?
Joe Root.
Joe Root or Yashasvi Jaiswal?
Joe Root.
Joe Root or Travis Head?
Joe Root.
Joe Root, Aiden Markram?
Joe Root.
You do know this is honestly across formats, right?
Joe Root.
Okay. Or Mohammad Rizwan?
Joe Root.
Joe Root or Kane Williamson? Come on.
Joe Root.
Okay, I'm having enough of this. Joe Root or Virat Kohli? No, you can't be joking. Honestly, Joe Root.
Joe Root. No, Joe Root in Test cricket, Virat Kohli in white ball cricket.
So overall, if you had to gun to your head, Root or Kohli?
It kills me to say it, but it would be Virat across all the formats.
Yeah, figured. I don't know whether that's pure honesty or just to buy more followers from India. But nonetheless, terrific this or that for you. Gilly, your turn then, because I want to give something that you're familiar with, and that is, of course, wicket-keeping, and you've been the best, if not the best. So let's see, randomly, Romesh Kaluvatarna or Moin Khan?
I'll go with Kalu.
Okay, Kalu or Matty Pryor?
Kalu.
Kalu or Andy Flower?
Andy Flower.
Okay, Andy Flower or Mark Boucher?
I'll stay with Andy Flower.
Andy Flower or Jack Russell?
What a legend. I'll go all formats Andy Flower.
Andy Flower or Ian Healy, the man that you replaced?
Still going with Andy Flower.
Okay, Andy Flower or MS Dhoni?
MS Dhoni.
Okay, and finally, and I know you're a modest man, but gun to your head again, MS Dhoni or Adam Gilchrist?
MS Dhoni, mate. MS Dhoni. Lifted every trophy there's possibly can be lifted.
Yeah, and we're after more followers.
And at Club Prairie Fire.
Yeah. All MS
So we've got Virat and we've got MS.
Yeah, MS Dhoni fans, please follow Club Prairie Fire across Instagram and X. Thank you.
If you want them to follow your podcast, you guys have to simply say Thala for a reason.
Say Thala for a reason.
Yeah, Thala for a reason. So I don't know if you guys know this, but it's a social media trend. Anything which adds up to 7, because normally you see there's 7 days in a week, there's 7 colors in the rainbow and all of that bullshit. So normally MS Dhoni fans are absolutely adamant that anything with the universe to do with 7, Thala for a reason. So Club Prairie Fire podcast, if that adds up to 7 in terms of numerology, it's Thala for a reason, and you get a lot of MSD fans subscribing to you.
Well, I reckon follow us, and we might have to have 7 Prairie Fires on the podcast.
We'd do that.
Thala for a reason.
Okay, but if you guys actually had to play one, bench one, and sell one, and if these guys were in your franchise, right, who would you do so with, given age, form, class, all of that? Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, or MS Dhoni? Who are you playing, who are you benching, and who are you selling?
I'm playing MS Dhoni.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's been better.
But you just said Virat's the best batter in the world, so surely Virat finds place.
No. MS is a captain.
So
MS
does
Dhoni
Virat...
keep him whacking it. Yeah, he's playing. What was the other? Selling?
Selling. Just get rid of them from your franchise.
I'm getting rid of Virat.
No, that's a dagger to many hearts. You've just lost 50,000 followers.
getting rid of it because they never won the IPL. Rohit Sharma is the 5-time winner. MS Dhoni, 6-time winner. Dhoni, how many times?
5.
Yeah, so I'm going. What's it? So I'm playing MS. I'm selling Virat. What was the other one?
And you're benching.
You got Rohit sitting on the bench just in case your captain goes down.
Yeah, so Rohit's my MS substitute on the bench.
It's well thought through that. It's very good. And you'll get a good price for Virat.
Yeah, I can get a load of cash for him. He'll go somewhere else for a huge amount of money. Yeah. So that's good. It's good business.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this recently. There was some numbers being put up by fans that he actually pays more in income tax than any other sportsman in Asia. About 66 top crores, that is. Which, Michael, I mean, if that kind of money came your way when you were a cricketer, you would have, I don't know, just been right now setting sail in the Miami somewhere, Caribbean, sipping on a mojito.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on this podcast, that's for sure.
Fair call. Gilly, just quickly then, do you echo those thoughts? Selling Virat, playing MS and benching Rohit?
I think that's well thought through. It's you're splitting hairs, as they say. It's a tough call on all, but that's the job of a manager, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. We have about 5 minutes with you guys. And I know I asked you guys for a cheeky Ashes all-time 11, but I've also done the same with the IPL because we absolutely love to just talk about it. And the similar rule, lads. So 4 foreigners, all time. You can pick players from now or, of course, the past that Gilly you've played with, Michael that you've commentated on, so on and so forth. So this time around, let's start with Michael. Let's see what he has up his sleeve as an IPL all-time 11. I know you've seen so many of it from close quarters. Yeah. Surely you're going to put some of the big names. So what is it in batting order, please?
I'm going Rohit to open the batting with. Who am I going to open the batting? Josh Buttler. Love a bit of Buttler.
Rohit is an IPL opener. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. I'm having Rohit Sharma to open with Joss. Number 3, I'm going to go. UV's going to be in there somewhere, but not at 3. Can bat 4. Give me some names, girl. Rashid Khan's going to be in there, so that's so I'm going to go Buttler, Rashid Khan. I'm actually going to go Kieran Pollard. Kieran Pollard is an overseas, so there's 3 overseas.
No Chris Gale, no Malinga.
I'm going to go Malinga, Kieran Pollard, Josh Buttler, and Rashid Khan. They're my 4 overseas. Rohit Sharma in the mix. I need a keeper. MS Dhoni, obviously captain. Bumrah, without any question. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Jadeja.
Yep.
He's in there. I'm going to go Suresh Raina.
Yes.
That middle. I'm going to get Virat in there. Obviously, he's consistent. And I will go with
spinner.
Yeah, I need another leg. Well, I've got Rashid Khan. I've got Jadeja. I've got a bit of UV.
Okay. Yep.
Do with an offie, an actual Ashwin. Go Ashwin.
Yeah.
There's my team.
Good.
That's a good team. Let us know in the comments if that can keep up with Gilly's, which is.
I've got Gale with Rohit. I like Rohit. Virat, Suresh Raina. I've got AB de Villiers in there. MS, and then pretty similar Jadeja. And one different overseas rather than Rashid Khan. I had him as 12th man. Dwayne Bravo. I think his IPL records must be pretty good. He's won quite a few titles. I've gone Chahal, Malinga, and Bumrah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, Gil.
Yeah, it's good. A couple of names. I mean, you go for AB de Villiers, so I think I automatically choose your team because a lifelong RCB fan here. Speaking of franchises, Michael, if you actually had to choose your own IPL team to play for any era, who would it be? Would it be the Mumbai Indians of 2020, the Rajasthan Royals of 2008?
Yeah, I reckon the Rajasthan Royals of 2008 with Vaughny as captain. I think that'd have been quite good fun back then. I think they had a bit of a good laugh. But you say you're an RCB fan, so you clearly like losing.
I mean, imagine the last 10 years of my time as an RCB fan and a United fan. So it's certainly not gone down too well with regards to the red
You
teams.
change your teams.
It's better than Sheffield Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Very much so. Yes, that's not difficult. Avanish, that's not difficult.
Good comeback.
Avanish, I've got to actually sneak off because I've got to get a train to Somerset to go and watch my last play. I'm on the 9 o'clock that I've got to walk to the station. So
Perfect.
Any more teams to pick or?
Not at all. Just absolutely had a lot of fun from you. I just want to ask you 1 or 2 questions because you absolutely have banter with this man on X and everyone wants to know why the hostility towards Wasim Jaffer. Is it again just friendly little?
My first Test match wicket. So he's my rabbit. So I just feel that he just he came at me quite a lot on social media with a few. He's quite amusing, but then I found out that it's not him.
Who is it?
I don't know. He has a team. Apparently, some guy in New Zealand runs his social media, and whoever that person is, he's quite amusing. He's quite a funny person. But yeah, my first Test match wicket, so that's why I have a bit of banter with him.
Okay, and speaking of wickets, I think your son got one recently. Just a word on him. Do you think he's gonna not just emulate what you did in the game, but supersede Dad?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. He likes it, which is the main thing. He enjoys the game. I hope he doesn't drink as much as we did.
Okay, fair enough. Food for thought. Thank you so much, Michael Vaughan, and good luck for your train to Somerset. Gilly, just a final one to you because lots of talk about Rishabh Pant. Do you think he's the closest thing to you right now in the modern game?
Oh, I reckon he attacks a bit more than even I did. I played an aggressive brand for the time, but Rishabh, he looks fearless. But what I do like is his ability just occasionally to put the foot on the brake and absorb a bit of pressure. So he's a class act. He's what you say, bums on seats, and people pay money well and truly, and I would happily pay money to watch him play cricket. So that's a great quality to have, I think, if people are acknowledging in that manner, because he gets results. He's a winner, a survivor, as we know, he's all class in everything he does. He's good fun. He's got the humour. He knows how to go about a very serious business in a fun way.
Absolutely. Gilly, thank you so much for doing this. And there's more to come with Club Prairie Fire and cricket.com. You can be rest assured, because look, there's the BGT to talk about with them and get their predictions, their thoughts on that, and surely a few more associations with this right now. That's all we have time for on this Unwind. Thank you again to CFP, Gilly Vaughny. A shout out to Ollie Silverton as well for making this possible. And go check their channel out, guys. It's absolutely terrific. And go follow them if you guys don't already. I'm out of here. My name is Avanish. I certainly need a glass of water. And Adam Gilchrist, you've been beautiful.
Beautiful. Good on you. Hopefully speak soon.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Bye,
Take
mate.
care, Gilly. See you. Well done.